Steam Next Fest is always a great opportunity to check out some hot new games coming soon to PC, but with over 1,000 games and demos taking part, it's impossible to check them all out, and that's why I've compiled a list of my top 20 games that I'm most excited for from Steam Next Fest. Some of these are in no particular order because I found it so difficult to rank them. In fact, I found it difficult to pick just 20, but stay tuned because I do have a top 10 and some worthy mentions at the end that you might not expect from me. First up, and in no particular order, is Lonely Outpost. This is a sci-fi colony and farming sim set in space where your aim is to turn the wasteland into a verdant, thriving landscape. Terraform, mine, farm and explore to uncover the mysteries of this strange new planet, and if you don't want it to be a lonely outpost, you better start attracting some colonists. This next game is called Ugly, and it's been on my radar for quite some time. In Ugly, you'll unravel the dark secrets hidden in this puzzle platformer about a tormented nobleman confronting the traumas of his past. It looks and sounds really interesting, and I love the visual style. It actually looks really challenging, but I can't resist a game when it looks this good. Next up is Broken Lens, which is a relaxing game about spotting the difference and discovering the story of a little broken robot with a sight problem. This promises to be cute and wholesome, and you can collect lost pages, which adds to the story. I definitely predict a lot of people falling in love with this one. As a fan of games like Moonlighter, I just know I'm going to eat this game up for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Armed with nothing more than your battle utensils and some flavour spells, you'll enter dungeons to defeat monsters such as giant chickens, fire-breathing peppers, and you'll drink boba tea whilst doing it. When you're not dungeon delving, you could be befriending the sweet and spicy townsfolk and fulfilling their special requests. You'll also need to gather delicious ingredients to cook and serve at your parents' struggling restaurant. It looks and sounds like the perfect mix of cute and chaotic, and I am totally here for it. Crime O'Clock has been on my radar for the longest time. This reminds me of a board game that I like called Micro Macro Crime City, but this has a time element and sees you jumping through different periods of time, searching for clues and solving a crime. I really love the visual style of this one, and I'm a big fan of point and click crime solving games, so as soon as this releases, I'm definitely going to be picking this one up. Okay, I need to start speeding up, otherwise I'm never going to get through this list. In Bilkins Folly, join Percy on a quest to find his missing relatives, along with his beloved dog Drayton, adventure through a series of islands, solving puzzles, discovering treasures and uncovering secrets. You guys know that I can't resist a pixel art game or a witchy game, so when I saw the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood, I just knew it had to go on my list somewhere. The Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood is a witchy visual novel with a branching narrative where you'll play as Fortuna, a fortune teller who has been exiled on an asteroid. You must form a pact with a forbidden creature to regain your freedom. Another game with beautiful pixel art graphics is Sea of Stars, and I have definitely featured this on a list before. Sea of Stars is a turn-based RPG which tells the story of two children who embrace the powers of sun and moon to perform eclipse magic, the only magic capable of defeating the monstrous creations of an evil alchemist known as the Fleshmancer. Next up, and still in no particular order, is Flutter Away. This is really lovely. Set up your camp and explore the Amazon rainforest where you'll journal your findings as you discover butterflies, other wildlife, and you can even befriend the capybaras. I love Hidden Through Time, so I was really excited to see that there's going to be a sequel. Hidden Through Time 2 Myths and Magic is a point-and-click game. Explore cute little environments filled with hundreds of animated characters as you search high and low for the objects hidden in them to complete the level. And we're into the top 10. At number 10 is Sticky Business. Create the sticker business of your dreams in Sticky Business. Design stickers, print and wait for the orders to roll in. Package and mail them to earn money to print more. It has Twitch integration as well, allowing your chat to place orders, and it's actually really addictive. I'm really looking forward to the full game. Something I didn't expect from the demo was the fact that your customers have a little story and a little personality, and they actually do repeat orders as well. So as you go and they order more, you actually learn more about your customers, which I thought was a really nice touch. Next up at number 9 is Station to Station. Connecting buildings through train stations, you'll transport resources, you've guessed it, by going from station to station. Clever, right? It's so satisfying and relaxing bringing colour to this beautiful voxel art world, which I'd never heard of before. You'll be building connections and watching your world grow in this puzzle and strategy game with optional challenges to complete along the way. I really loved the demo, it was so good, and I'm really excited for the full game. The excitement is really ramping up now, and at number 8 we've got a tiny sticker tail. Play as Flynn the donkey and embark on an adventure with your magical sticker book. You'll be changing the landscape around you with stickers. It's really cute, it's charming, and almost anything can be turned into a sticker, even the other characters that you meet along the way. Solve puzzles, complete quests, and fill up your sticker collection as you go. At number 7 we have Venba. The demo of this one was short and sweet. Venba is a narrative cooking game where you play as an Indian mother who has emigrated to Canada in the 80s. Restore lost family recipes through cooking and explore a story of love, loss and more. The food looks incredible and this short demo definitely left me hungry for more. At number 6 we have Verne, the Shape of Fantasy. This is a pixel art point and click adventure where you play as Jules Verne, and that ticks a lot of boxes for me. There's not much more to add on this one. I played a demo for it a while back, so I've just been waiting patiently for the release date. And here we go, this is in my top 5. At number 5 is Moonstone Island. Following your village's tradition, you must move to an island in the sky to complete your alchemy training. Moonstone Island is a creature collecting life sim, and you'll have over 100 islands to explore. Make friends, brew potions, collect spirits and test your strength in card-based battle encounters to complete your alchemy training and prove yourself to be the finest alchemist in the land. It just looks absolutely gorgeous, and I think I've had my eye on this for about a year now, so I've been waiting for the release for a while. At number 4 we have Stray Gods. What do you get if you mix Greek gods with a modern setting and musical numbers? You get Stray Gods. Throw in some murder and romance and you've got me hook, line and sinker. Add in the fact that the voice cast includes 2 of my favourite voice actors ever, Ashley Johnson and Laura Bailey. Both are my spirit animals, and you can reel me in, baby, because I am ready for this game. Throughout the game, you'll make choices that will affect the story, and I love games that have multiple endings, so yeah, I just can't wait for this to come out. If this sounds exciting to you, then I would head over to their Steam page right now because they have a live musical concert that you can watch. At number 3, it's my other spirit animal, a chaotic possum who wants to eat all the food. This game is called Pizza Possum and it's just so freaking fun. They just added co-op and you know that I'm going to be playing this a lot. I can't get enough of it and the demo made me want to just play it over and over again. It was really hard to stop, to be honest. So if you want a bit of chaotic fun, then go and play Pizza Possum. This is it, we're getting so close to the top spot now. At number 2 is Viewfinder. I just don't even know how to describe this game, but I loved the demo of Viewfinder. I found it incredibly impressive with its mix of styles and how easily it flowed from one biome to the next. It almost didn't even need the narrative, but it was really fun finding the recordings as well. It completely won me over and I cannot wait to play the full game. Honestly, if you're even slightly curious about this game, go and play the demo. In Viewfinder, you're literally manipulating the world around you with photos, pictures, paintings, anything else you can get your hands on. And at one point, I think you step into like a kid's drawing. It just blows my mind, the mix of styles, and nothing feels out of place. If you're curious about this one, like I said, go and play it, go and experience it for yourself. I'm really excited for this one. And here we go, the top spot. Number 1 on my list is Kingdom 80s. I'm obsessed with the Kingdom games. Combined, I have well over 1,000 hours across the series, and as an 80s baby who grew up in the 90s, fueled by 80s nostalgia, I am so excited for all the 80s references and to discover more greed, lore and narrative than ever before. In Kingdom 80s you play as the leader, a camp counsellor, and while at camp you're faced with the arrival of the Greed, creatures from the forest who've returned after centuries of being dormant in search of the one thing they crave the most, the crown of creation, which just so happens to be yours due to being part of the royal bloodline. Along with your fellow campers, it's now up to you to save the town of Monarch from the Greed. It's releasing on June 26th on Steam and I'm so excited for it. Now onto the worthy mentions, and like I said, you may not expect some of these from me, but here goes. All of these looked really interesting for various reasons, and I'm including them just because I think that you might like them. The one that you're seeing right now is called The Last Alchemist, and it invites you to explore an enchanting world where you can gather peculiar resources, befriend the friendly mushroom folk, and find the cure for your mysterious disease through solving alchemical puzzles. Next up is Mythforce. Inspired by Saturday morning cartoons, this one hits you in the face with nostalgia and invites you to become a cartoon hero and explore through crypts and castles in a first-person roguelike adventure. Also some great female representation in here. I love that the knight is called Victoria. Great name, by the way. Maggie the mage looks wicked as well. All of the characters look fantastic, and yeah, I will probably maybe check this out, possibly. This next one is called Laika Aged Through Blood. It's a Western-inspired Motorvania set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Think Mad Max, but you play as a coyote. The visual style of this looks incredible. The only reason that it didn't make it into my top 20 is because it seems very combat heavy and it features themes of violence and drugs, which I'm not a huge fan of. This Bed We Made is a third-person mystery game where you take on the role of a 1950s maid at a hotel, and through snooping through the rooms of the guests, you uncover their deadly secrets. I actually really enjoy games like this, but I prefer to play them on console, which is the only reason that it didn't make it onto my list. Hear me out on this one, okay? Lies of P is not my usual kind of game at all, but the fact that someone had the idea to mix the legend of Pinocchio with a Souls-like game blows my mind. Just the trailer piqued my interest, but then also seeing a little bit of gameplay, I was hooked and I was almost tempted to even play this. There's nods to the Blue Fairy, Geppetto and even Jiminy, so if you're into Pinocchio and you like Souls-like games, then I highly recommend you check out Lies of P. And you'll have to excuse me for the change of pace here, but back to our usual programming, this is Sugar Shack. Sugar Shack sees you and your friends running a maple syrup business and catering to the locals who have a real taste for the sweet stuff. So many people are talking about Everafter Falls, I just had to include it. Everafter Falls is another farming sim, yes, another one, but this one utilises automated drones, resource harvesting pixies, and even a very useful pet. I'm a sucker for these graphics, but the only reason it didn't make it onto my list is just because I don't have any time to play farming sims at the moment. Last on my list of worthwhile mentions is Ducky's Delivery Service. Ducky's Delivery Service sees you playing as a duck with a propeller backpack, where you must master the basics of flight physics and grow your business by making those special deliveries. So there you have it, my top 20 games of Steam Next Fest and some extras. Almost all of the games have demos available during the Next Fest only, so don't miss your chance to play them. I hope I helped you find your new favourite game. Thanks for checking them out with me. I'll see you next time. Bye!